Hello and welcome to another episode of Real Average Roller Coaster Enthusiast. I can't seem to get my name right these days. Man, I don't know what's going on. However, we're back with another episode. As you can see, we have put in some additions to this multiverse coaster to try to finish up the scenery and the theming behind this. Not too much theming. We are sticking to the jungle tropical theme. We put in our first custom supports into that little hump in the beginning. And in this episode, we're going to be adding a lot of scenery and pretty much coming up with the final layout of everything. So here we are starting with our switch track ending, adding some theming to it. My idea behind this is you kind of ride the roller coaster and then you go into this little oasis with mysterious totems and you're like, what the heck is going on in here? Filled with a lot of mystery, and then out of nowhere you just start shooting backwards. I think it's a cool idea. Originally I had an idea of coming to like the end of a dock. But as I was building it, I came up with this one, and I thought it was a little bit better of an idea. I used some pre-made assets, I guess you can call them. So you can see I used that Oasis and this little entranceway that is pre-made, but I think it works well. And it fits the theming, and sometimes it's okay to use pre-built assets. Some people think it's almost cheating, but we play this game for fun. So if you want to use something that's pre-built, there's no shame in that. And right now I'm just going in with this terrain brush, and kind of working my Pablo Picasso magic on this rock. That's one thing I've been doing in this park, is trying to blend in different terrains with the terrain brush, using a lot of dirt and sand, and I believe it's pebbles they call it. So right now we are filling in the green areas with some lush scenery with our beautiful scenery brush. Works so well. With the jungle theme, the scenery brush is amazing. It brings everything together so fast, because when you're in a lush jungle, you need as much as you can possibly get in there. And if you're doing this in Planet Coaster 1, I mean, this would have taken absolutely forever. There was some workarounds in Planet Coaster 1, but this was like the best update they could have made. Speaking of updates, there is a big update coming into Planet Coaster 2. I mean, I saw the post. They're going to do a pretty major update every month or so, I think they said. And this one coming up in February, I think it dropped today as I'm recording. It looks pretty cool. I mean, they're bringing back the synchronized coasters, which I was mainly excited for, because one of the best coasters I've ever been on in my entire life, I'll never forget the experience, was Dueling Dragons. It is unfortunately no longer in service, I believe. That is a coaster at, I think, Six Flags New England. or Orlando. No, it's sorry. It is Universal, or it was Universal in Orlando, Florida. And that was one of the best experiences I've ever had on a roller coaster. If you've never heard of it, if you've never seen it, definitely look up a video of that. It's called Dueling Dragons. So, with the synchronized coasters, that excites me a little bit. I've always been a fan of doing synchronized coasters in Planet Coaster 1, but could never really get anything really good out of it. So, that's what we're going to be doing in this park since it's coming out. We're going to be doing dueling coasters. I'm going to make it the main attraction of the park. I don't know how yet. Maybe we'll do dueling totems. That sounds fun. Maybe do some custom coaster cars for it or something. But I'm thinking maybe that's our main attraction over on that island. So that'd be nice. At least in the near future. I know the next set of videos will be finishing out this part of the park. What I'm doing now is putting in a rough of a small plaza and walkway for the coaster, and we'll fill it out with some stuff, definitely some buildings. We will probably put, restaurants, bathrooms, stuff like that. A lot of facilities. Probably nothing else other than the basics. Just filling it out to make it look nice as people get off of this coaster, or what is this called? Cable car. So they'll get off the cable car, they'll be greeted to a nice plaza. This area I kind of want just dedicated to this multiverse coaster. Number one, it's kind of all the way out here. You got to take a cable car to get here. It's a long coaster, so it's going to be worth the cable car ride over. But I kind of want this to be the main attraction of this area, and I don't want anything really taken away from that. So that's what we're going to do over here. Right now we are filling out this sort of end run. This isn't exactly how it's gonna be. I think I'm gonna do something to this part of the coaster to bring it together. Seems a little open. I don't know what yet. Probably just some more scenery in terms of rocks and trees and stuff, but we'll see. Probably won't have an episode dedicated to it, but I'll probably work on it and then showcase it later. And I think the sand they added, that was a good update. It wasn't actually in the, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't in the game when it dropped. It was sand. Another thing I've been waiting on is snow. I've had an idea of making a snowy ski resort park. I started it in Planet Coaster 1 and just never worked on it really, other than starting it, making the beginning buildings, and I just have had that idea for a very long time, just like a big snowy mountain roller coaster set in a ski resort. So if they ever come out with snow, that's going to be the next park series. Definitely. Because I love snowboarding. And what happened was I went to a ski resort last year and I got so inspired by the architecture of the buildings. It's just very unique buildings. It was Killington Mountain in Vermont. And, you know, a lot of windows, very modern looking buildings. And like I said, I was just very inspired by the buildings. So I came home from that ski trip, and the first thing I did was load up Planet Coaster 1, and because I was playing that game a lot at the time, and Started building something. Like I said, it didn't come out great, but I've always wanted to do that. So that'll be the next one. Right now, I am filling out the kind of just background scenery for the ride. So when you're on the ride, I want it to feel like you're enclosed. I don't want you looking out into the distance and seeing like a wide open field or anything. So just a little facade for the ride. So to close out this episode, we are going to do a preview of the ride. Actually got the ride sounds in because, I didn't mess up. Let's go. Give me a hand. Give me a round of applause. Anyway, I appreciate everyone watching. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, do it up. If you don't, it's whatever, man. Just making these videos for fun. So enjoy the preview of the unnamed multiverse coaster. This has been Average Roller Coaster Enthusiast. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.